Esther, thank you. Mama J, thank you so much for hosting us today and also for your unwavering support for our candidates up and down the ballot. We really, really appreciate you all. And I just want to welcome you all to the 79th District. As Lester mentioned, my name is Ray Cousins. I represent this district in the Virginia House of Delegates. It has been the honor of my life to represent the communities that raised me right here in Richmond with the most diverse legislature that we have ever had in Virginia's history. With the largest Black caucus we've ever had, the largest number of women and mothers, and all under the leadership of the first Black Speaker of the House in Virginia's over 400-year history. And we have seen the work that can happen when we elect people with lived experiences and we have them making the laws. We passed legislation through the General Assembly this year that I was so proud to support to make sure that every Virginian and working family had the opportunity to earn a good living with benefits, to address the housing affordability crisis and the eviction crisis that's happening here in the city and across the Commonwealth, and to make our communities safer by preventing gun violence in our communities. And the current governor largely vetoed all of that. In fact, he set a veto record and vetoed the most bills out of any governor ever during my first term in the General Assembly. On November 4th, we can elect a governor who will actually sign legislation. Legislation that benefits working families and all Virginians. We can elect a governor who will lower prescription and health care costs. A governor who will address the housing affordability crisis that I already mentioned. A governor who will lower our energy costs. And our governor, Abigail Spanberger, I will say, our next governor, is committed to doing all that. We can elect a governor who will protect K-12 public education. We can elect a governor who will stand up in face of the attacks on our public colleges and universities. We can elect a governor who will protect our freedoms, including the freedom to make our own decisions about our reproductive health. We can elect a governor who will always put Virginians first, and that governor is Abigail Spanberger. Now, a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'm going to get out the way, like, Baptist preachers say. But today, early voting is underway until 5 p.m. in Virginia. You can also vote tomorrow, November 1st. Check in your localities, but check the early voting locations and the times. Here in Richmond, it starts at 9 a.m. Also, if you know someone who missed the deadline to register to vote, our next speaker, Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan, has made it so easy to vote here in Virginia with all of her tireless efforts and advocacy. If you missed the deadline to vote, or you know someone who missed the deadline to register to vote, you can register and cast a provisional ballot on Election Day at a polling precinct assigned to you. And again, that's thanks to your efforts. And I just want to say, as Congresswoman, and 45 days of early voting as well. All that. I just want to, this next guest needs no introduction. You have been, your work, your dedicated work and service to Richmond, to the Commonwealth of Virginia, has been inspiring, and I know we are all so grateful to you for continuing to be a voice and to stand up for us, even in the midst of all the chaos that is happening in Washington, D.C. And so with that, I will turn it over to Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. So remember, Ray is also on the ballot, so make sure that you come out and vote for Ray. And yes, we did make it. It was not just me. It was a group effort. We took Virginia from the second hardest state in the nation to vote to the 11th easiest, and that was because we had a Democratic trifecta. And when we have a Democratic trifecta, we made history in a way that addressed the needs of Virginians. We put people over politics. And that is what is going to happen when we have another Democratic trifecta with the Democratic House, Senate, and Abigail Spanberger back in the governor's mansion. Now, I have a little confession to make. Part of me is sad that I'm here because that means Congress is not doing its job. We have now been in a government shutdown for a month because Donald Trump and congressional Republicans would rather shut down the government than address the rising cost of health care. And I want to shout out Lester and his mom for putting a face and a voice to the health care cost crisis that we face now. But it's not just health care. It's child care. It's housing. It's utility bills. It's groceries. It's everything. I would curse, but we got little ones here. Everything is too high, and policies in Washington are making it harder and worse just to get by. Now they say, well, we just want to send the power back to the states. Well, I don't know about you, but I want a governor who's going to fight for all of Virginia. I want a governor who is going to fight for our federal workers. I want a governor who is going to fight for parents and make sure that our kids have a good education in public schools. I want a governor that's going to make sure that we have access to quality, affordable health care, whether you live in Richmond or Emporia or Blackstone or wherever. I want to make sure we have a governor who is focused on making sure we can afford to heat our homes. And that is why, from day one of this campaign, Abigail Spanberger has been focused on the issues that matter to Virginians. She has been on the ground listening, and this girl's a policy wonk. She has come up with policies that will help address not only the pain we feel now, but the pain that is coming because of the policies coming out of Washington. And while I miss her there very much, having served with her, she is the only governor I trust to take care of my kids' future, because moms get it done. And it is my pleasure, in the heart of Jackson Ward, where Maggie Lena Walker was the first black woman to run statewide, to introduce the next governor who will make history, herstory, Abigail Spanberger.
Thank you. I'm going to begin by saying you call me a policy wonk, but it takes one to know one. I am so grateful to all of you for being here today. I'm grateful to our local and our state elected officials. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This moment in time, and to our, I'll get to you, don't worry. This moment in time is a moment for Virginia to show the rest of the country what it is that we want in our elected officials. It is an opportunity for us to set an example for the rest of the country. In 2025, it's just us and New Jersey with statewide elections. And at this moment, we are faced with the real challenges that are being inflicted upon Virginia because of this Republican-led Congress and this White House. And I am grateful that we have Congresswoman McClellan standing up for Virginia fearlessly, tirelessly, and day in and day out, whether the Speaker of the House actually wants them to come to work or not. I know that even when they're not voting, she is across the district working. And so thank you for that. Thank you for being here. And it's important that all of us remember and remind our friends and our neighbors that every person gets one vote. And that one vote is our voice. It's our ability to make an impact. It's our ability to send a message. It's our ability to say what it is that we are for and what it is that we want to stand up to. And so I am grateful for the leadership that you have shown for years as pillars of a community that not only feed people's bellies, but their hearts and their souls. Being pillars of a community, bringing people together and celebrating what Richmond is, what Jackson Ward is, and who we are. And it is part of that celebration that I believe will ensure that on Tuesday, we will win. And we will win because across Virginia and every corner of the Commonwealth, people are talking about so many of the same issues, the challenges that they are facing in affordability, housing, healthcare, energy, the desire to ensure that our kids at all ages, K through 12, yes, higher ed, our public universities and colleges and community colleges, but also early childhood education, that our kids have every opportunity for success, and that we recognize that investing in them is investing in Virginia and in our economy and in the strength of our Commonwealth. And I'm excited about what it is that we are going to do on Tuesday, because frankly, at a time when every time you turn the news on, it's another story that might make you feel weary or tired or a little, what's the word for it? There you go. I can only help but reflect on the fact that singing little girls like this one over here need the rest of us to stand up. That by the time she is old enough to turn on the television by herself, all of this will be in the rearview mirror. The weariness, the division, the anger, because we will have used those one votes, we will have used those voices to change what we find unacceptable. And to put Virginia on a path towards being an example for the country, not just in how we win on Tuesday, but how we govern come January. And it is in this moment where Virginia continues to be under attack by tariff policies, by DOGE efforts 1.0, and now this new renewed DOGE 2.0, the pain that people are feeling because of a government shutdown, and the impending worry that exists because SNAP benefits will run out when the president refuses to use allocated money to ensure that our vulnerable neighbors can have access to food. And so it puts us back here in this place, this community place where people come to feel community, to eat an amazing lunch, and to be together, for us to remind each other that in fact that one vote that we get, it is powerful. It is powerful. And so to all of our friends who may feel a bit of weariness at this time, reminding them what the purpose of that vote is. And I reflect on this, my husband Adam, he's over here. We have 3 daughters. They are 11, 14, and 17. And when I was first running for Congress, this was in the aftermath of the 2016 election. And during the 2016 election, their school made a rule, no politics at school, because discussing politics at school meant a child was crying on the playground or on the school bus. So no politics at school. And in the early days of my campaign, now we have a bus, but we were excited when we got buttons. And we got our first buttons, and they said, Spanberger for Congress. And our middle daughter at the time, she was in first grade, she slapped it on her backpack, so proud. And our oldest daughter, a couple of years older, looks at her and says, oh, Charlotte, you can't have politics at school. You can't have politics at school. And Charlotte said, it's not politics, it's my name, and walked out the door. And I say this because for her, politics is her name, but for all of us, politics is everything. Politics is the roads that we have, the infrastructure that exists, the broadband that we do or don't have, where the roads are, where the bridges are, what the water infrastructure is, whether we can breathe freely, whether we can drink the water, what schools our kids go to, whether or not those who are vulnerable neighbors have the supports that they need to get steady, whether when someone falls on hard time they are evicted immediately, or whether there's a little bit of leeway for them to get their bearing, whether or not we build more housing to meet this moment in time, all of it comes down to who is making choices, because everything is political. And so I reflect on that story and the very reality that those who feel weary at this moment, we need to fortify them and say everything is political, and if we don't like this politics, it is up to all of us to change it. To change it for ourselves, but most importantly, to change it for the young ones around us. And so that's why I'm excited about this election, because not only will we win, but we will win with a decisive margin of victory. We will send incredible members back to the House of Delegates. And more, we will be flipping quite a few seats, because in 100 districts, all 100 districts, we have people running who care deeply about their communities. We have 100 Democrats running in every corner of Virginia who want to say, I am here in Richmond to serve my community. They will bring their voices, they will bring their experiences, and they will bring their dedication. So at this moment, all across the Commonwealth, people are standing up to run, to vote, and to make a change. And I am so grateful that you are here today to do the same thing. Please make sure everybody knows early voting ends tomorrow. Election Day is November 4th. Raise your hand if you've already voted early. Congratulations, you just self-nominated to work the polls on Tuesday. Are you all ready to win?
Folks, if you want to etch your name in history, go to the bus and sign the Spanberger for Governor bus. Please sign the bus. Etch your name in Virginia history and sign our bus. Don't forget to sign the bus. And thank you to the king, DJ Lonnie B, for being here. DJ Lonnie B. After you sign the bus, don't forget to go get yourself some lunch from Mama J. DJ Lonnie V on the ones and twos.